champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Now the kicker, that's Cameron Dicker, set to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
When we spent our time talking to the coaches prior to the game, they emphasized that they wanted a quick start to begin things. Most of the time you think about that on the offensive side of the ball, but in this case, it's the special teams that provide that quick start.
And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Once again, it's Swift. And he is met in his
Appreciate the follow. Thank you.
2 yards the loss, and now
you guys are
third
the
and
best.
12.
Appreciate the follow.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no
Watch
one
him
thinks
score.
about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves. Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have to do this.
He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Morning, Chad.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot. And on that play, they were able to stop him short of the first down.
And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked. Unfortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
So that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
What y'all doing, Chad?
Here's 3rd and 7.
Come on, man.
Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
We're scoreless after one. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. It's Eckler again. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 43. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, here's Eckler. And brought down, but not before
You gotta break his
reaching
ankle,
the
yo.
45-yard line. Give them 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down.
So that's what that elbow in my ribs was all about. You thought they were going to throw the ball as well.
Absolutely. I think everybody thought they were throwing the football. Caught them off guard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when you have the courage to make that type of a play call, a lot of times you actually get rewarded.
And
That was
this
terrible
time they were
blocking.
waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Brandon Graham, great pursuit there, getting the tackle for loss. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Calling no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The short by these two defenses in this first half. The fireworks don't have to be just offensively. Neither one of them given an inch. And that's good coverage once again there to force another 4th down.
And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
There we go.
Returnable here for Davis.
Hey.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one.
Very about fucking point.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away.
It's good defense. For sure.
And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. As they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
First throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hurts. Working in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st down, Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well
because
it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts.
It's out of bounds.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
42-yard attempt.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback in this half.
Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
3rd and long, it's Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I get this check.
Just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Herbert.
No, I've been through the ball. That's BS. That's BS.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the 3rd quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize
I've been through the ball, Chad.
That's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick running situation.
You got that.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
If he would have been quicker, that would have been an interception.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Saying,
Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Swift. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Up in it.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They go play action with Hurts.
Yes.
Oh,
good defense.
Outside as it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So this whole game gets flipped on its ear right there. The interception returned for a touchdown, and this lead changes hands here in the 3rd quarter.
And it certainly felt like this defense had a read on what was going on the offensive side of the ball and said, let's cut down our coverage a little bit. Let's be in a position to make a play on the ball. And, boy, that sure turned out well for them.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Here we go.
And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Down the sideline he goes. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And the drive will begin at the 25 as Scott is going to stay in the end zone. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Hurts to throw. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. The Eagles on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the 1st down.
And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, 63 yards. And the Eagles have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
To the crib, chat. There you go.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football. It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you get a tight end candidate.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Back to throw here, Herbert. And Allen's got it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
You're supposed to throw a fade. That's the quarterback's fault.
Back in this football game.
Because he beat him on the route. That's why he jumped it.
All you talk about
You're supposed to throw a fade, bro.
And especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Yeah, stop.
Starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
First down, and they go with Swift again. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
That's the screen.
They'll drop to throw. They'll roll him out right.
Yes, sir. It's a waste of a down.
Understanding he's just down one possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
From the gun, it's Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket.
Good defense.
That will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back.
No flag,
plays
no nothing. Good
defensively. They're
defense.
stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
The Eagles send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Davis now to return it. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense. And
now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll get this back down to about the 12-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
You gotta score. You gotta throw that thing.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Eagles. Jalen Hurts on target to Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end. And let him take
If I
care of
return
business
it all the
rest of
way back, I'll win the
So
game.
now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Hurts will throw. Complete at the line. And he will
Check,
not
if I
get
return
there.
it back,
He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field
turnovers.
goal as it'll remain a one-point
he's on a
game.
blitz.
Now
Oh, no,
after the
that's
touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
I'll return it.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
That was almost game. That was almost game.
Here's 1st and 10. Herbert. A little
Can't
short
pick that one.
pass. This is Everett. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A little short pass. This is Everett. And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit.
Gotta get down the
Now,
field.
expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens
They're
in
playing tight defense, but we still gotta do what we gotta do.
They'll try
You
again
have to.
here. 2nd and 10. Now Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 31-yard line. Now it's
Got to get down the field.
Offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Herbert to throw. Finds Johnston. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Touchdown.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the fourth quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. It's good, and it's now 21-15.
Chargers 21, Eagles 15. Cameron Dicker to kick off for the Chargers.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. 2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Buying time to his left.
Nobody's open. I like it.
Well, you know they're going to look his way in the 2-minute drill, but that time he was blanketed, and they forced the incompletion. May need some teammates to step up in this spot.
I like it.
Here comes second down. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Next play.
This is 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He finds his tight end Goddard. That's complete. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. No timeouts remaining. Cannot take a sack here. 1st and 10. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
In the end zone.
Eckler, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
And this is where the middle part of the game comes into play. Defense is out of timeouts. Just hold on to the football. No sense really trying to score. They should be able to run this one out.
3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. And he goes backwards on this one.
Damn, I dead ass didn't score.
Well,
damn, Chad, I dead ass
under
didn't
that
score.
offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
Damn.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk